if you guys, if you learn some things that are a little different, like bring them up and we could talk about them, it's fine. But mostly I'm showing you how all the steps around the client and how we do this for a client, okay? All right, so I sanitize my hands. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the hair drape, and I'm gonna put this on. I don't know if I'm gonna get all this in there, so I'm just gonna kind of, got a lot of hair, Miss. Hang on a second.
Excuse me.
All right, so you're gonna put that on, that went good. And then this is the time you're gonna put the headband around so it holds. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
You feel good? You want more knees or?
No, I don't want to go any higher.
No, you're okay? Okay, so yes. Huh? Well, I did wash my hands, but I sanitized my hands before I did the headrest because we have the hand sanitizer in every kit. So if you want, like, obviously I washed my hands before I started, but wash hands and then I sanitized my hands before I touched her. And now I'm gonna sanitize my hands again because now I touched her hair and everything like that. That's why we have these. All right. So you can take your, bring out your sponges now and put them in the water. Put this down. You can bring your iPads nearby so you know where they are. That's fine. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the eye makeup. Okay, so what we use to remove the eye makeup is number 1. It's the cleansing oil. Now, you guys can tear this. Or you can do 1 each for the gauze. I don't really care how much gauze we go through. But you want to use a separate paper for each eye, a separate piece of gauze for each eye, because one eye could contaminate the other eye if there was a problem. Okay, so I'm just going to take my cleansing oil. I'm just going to do one little, and then I'm going to remove the eye makeup. So I'm going to hold her eye, the corner of her eye taut, and then I'm just going to wipe away from the corner and remove the eye makeup with one gauze. You don't have to touch your trash. And then I'm going to go to the other eye. Now, I know that there are a lot of you that have eyelashes on, and we're not trying, I don't know if you use these products on them or not, but what I recommend is, what I'm going to ask you to do today is show me, let's say you have eyelashes on and you are the person who's the stylist or the esthetician. I want you to show me that you know the right one to use to do the eyelashes, but you probably are not going to want to put these oils on the eyelashes. But show me that you know, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Thumbs up. Okay, and then the last piece is the lips. So that's the number 1. So the same thing happens. You want to hold the side of the mouth taut, whatever, and you want to remove the lip makeup. And then that goes in the trash. All right. So we have the 1 and 2, but you guys know the next step is what we call the surface cleanse. That is what 2L considers getting off the day, like walking in here, whatever. Maybe you didn't wash your face last night. So this is the surface cleanse. So every line has, in one of these bottles, it'll either say beat the clock or say goodbye to dry or whatever that it is. So all I'm gonna do for the what is it, the anti-aging, I'm just going to take 1 or 2 pumps. You do not need to use a lot of this product. And I'm going to get it on her face. Under the chin. Please get my neck if you guys are doing my facial. Like, pull it up. All right, so this is absorbs, but we're just going to activate it with some water. And you guys know about not breaking contact, right? So automatically I have my hand on her. And then I'm just going to work it in with the water. This also too, we have masks over there. If you feel like you want to wear a mask, for some reason, you guys always are welcome to at any time here.
Like during the facial?
Yeah. You want to wear one? Not getting one, but like the aesthetics person can wear it. Like if I wanted to wear one.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, not during the facial. The person, probably not. That's okay. Hey, fair question. But you, if you as the esthetician, like, you know, doing it, want to wear one for some reason, that's fine. I hear it's coming back, so. The masks.
Oh, a mask.
I thought you meant
I
like
thought you meant one of those masks that you put on.
No.
I was like, where did you?
All right, so I want you guys on this surface cleanse. It's, and I know you guys have heard this put, is this, do you guys see how I'm moving, hold on. See how I'm moving fast? This is considered a swift cleanse. We're just trying to get off the debris of the day. I did 2 or 3 passes with water, and now I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Okay, wring out my sponges and just remove. This is one of the biggest things that happens if you don't remove the product. That's, I think, where there might be some issues around the products, because I've never had any. So I just want to make sure that you guys know, really remove that product. And Miss Williams, how's my touch? Can you feel me that I'm here?
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel okay? Am I too rough, or are you okay?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so just ask them about your touch. No creepy touches here. Don't barely touch the client. That's creepy. You got to get in there and let them know you're there.
Is there like a substitute for the sponges? Because some people say that they're like too rough.
Do they? I don't have any. Huh? Are they the same ones as these?
Well, I heard that estheticians use softer things.
Let me look into that. Okay, you had a question?
Yeah, for the surface cleanse, were you using your gel or milk cleanser for that?
Yes. This one here, it's not, it doesn't have a number on it, and they all have different names, but for this one it says beat the clock. The other one might say goodbye to dry, and then there's a gel. I don't know, I can't think of the name of it. All right. So this is the time, and this is what I'll be looking for in your drill. After you do the surface cleanse, please do 2 passes to remove it. And I'm looking for you guys to do the pat dry right now. This is the only time we need to pat dry, because for the next step, you want to start with the dry surface to really remove the debris.
For our exam, we have these two.
No, that's cute. But good question. Good question. And then dry your hands. Now, this is a good time, especially if we haven't been here over a weekend, to turn on your steamers. So put down after the surface cleanse to turn on your steamers. And then if you want to sanitize your hands after that again, that's fine. Okay, so now we're gonna do the deep cleanse. Everybody, that's number 1, the deep cleanse number 1. I know you guys know that, but we'll be going over it. I only want 2 pumps, only 2 pumps of the product. The product goes a long way. We're gonna work this into the skin. 2 pumps of number 1. I want you guys to focus on the congested areas. That's usually the chin,
The nose.
the cheeks, the nose, and the forehead. This portion we will do for 2 to 3 minutes. Only 2 pumps. You do not add water to this portion of it. You do not add water to the number 1. Can focus here. And I'll be watching the timer while you guys are doing this. We'll have everything on the screen, all the steps, and I'll be watching like if it's been 1 minute or 2 minutes or what have you. Okay, when your 2 to 3 minutes is up, that is the time you're going to add the number 2. Number 1 and number 2 are going to be married. 2 pumps only of the number 2. That's the herbal toner. 2 pumps. Bring it together and add it to the number 1. And then we're going to start adding water. We want this to get to a nice, milky, creamy consistency. This means that the number 1, the oil, and the toner are working together to remove the debris from the skin. So I want you, we're probably going to do about 3 or 4 passes of water. So whenever you feel it's not getting like milky and creamy and coming together, add more. Our focus, our strong point of our fingers are going to be the middle finger and the ring finger, because those, like, technically our thumbs are really strong, our pointer fingers are really strong, but I kind of will just use these 3, but not with the emphasis on my pointer finger being too strong for the face. But again, you still want to focus on the congested areas. And I'm going to add water again. And again, we'll go through this when we're doing this. A little bit of hair. And I'm just going to add water one more time. We want to do this for at least 3 to 5 minutes because this is considered the deep cleanse. All right. So I'm going to come in and get my sponges. And we're going to do 2 passes to take the product off. We're removing the deep cleanse now. Do at least 2 passes, because this is the one thing that I do feel we don't get all the product off in between. We'll talk about this as we do it today. How's it going, Miss Williams? All right, put a star down. You've done the deep cleanse. This is when I want you to change the water. After your deep cleanse is when I want you to change the water. Yes, there will be lines when you guys come to change the water. I get it.
Trying. It's hard for me to relax.
Yes,
And I'm scared I'm gonna start snoring.
No,
Oh.
not this time. Just rinse the water, change the water. You're gonna do
Like
that at the very end.
Yes,
Everything
Amy.
is super clean already. Okay. So the next step that we're gonna do is we're gonna get ready to do the enzyme peel. So I'm gonna take my spatula and I'm gonna remove the eye cream. Oops, I was gonna throw that away. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the eye cream, that's a lot, around the eyes. I do have a lot of students that put it over the eye. Don't do that. It doesn't need to be over the eye. It needs to be like, we want to work on if somebody's, the eye cream is for like wrinkles around the eye or in this area, but it doesn't need to go over the eye itself. And then if you have the rest left on your fingertips, you can come in and do the lip area. Just go around the lip area. This is when you're going to get your iPads. If you are trained to use a gauze right now, that's fine.
When you say over the eye, you mean like on the eyelid?
I don't want it to go like where the eyelashes are, the opening of the eye. Don't go over that part. But I've had that like when I get facials from students, they want to put so much. So I just basically want you to go around the bottom of the eye, right here at the sides of the eye where people might get wrinkles. And if you want to go over the eye up here, that's fine. Does that make sense? Because man, when that happens, I have blurry vision all day long, the rest of the day. So there's no reason to go in the eyeball. Now, if you guys were trained to use the gauze, does everybody know how to use the gauze for the iPads, or you can use the iPads? I don't care. And I know iPads fall off, and I don't want you guys to focus on that. Okay, so this is the time when we're gonna, did you guys all get this essential oils? Do you have it? So this is the first time we're gonna do what's called, I always say the hoover, but I guess it's the hover. The tent. The hover, the tent. So we're just gonna tell them, breathe in. And breathe in again. And breathe in again. Nice. Okay. And now I'm gonna mix my enzyme peel. If you guys want to add scrub to your enzyme peel, that's fine. We'll kind of all get the gauge for what works. This is about how much I put in here. And then I'm just going to use my fan brush and the water that comes from my fan brush initially to mix it. You don't want to make it, you know, it's, what do they call it? A creamy Italian dressing. You don't want it to be too loose and you don't want it to be too runny. So you just want to mix it up.
Is this the enzyme here?
Correct. And this is perfect because my steamers just started working. So good timing. So you guys kind of can see when you need to put your steamer on. Okay, so we're just gonna put this on. I made it a little thin.
You turned it on before the cleanser.
I did. I turned it on after. So this one, I made this a little runny, so that's my badness.
I think it was before the cleanser, right? Yeah.
So if you guys like to put the scrub, or you were trained to use the scrub in this, that's okay with me. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Your scrub can go in your enzyme. Yes, no? Were you guys trained to do that? Yeah. If you want to do that when we do facials in here, we're not going to give it out to clients. So I would say just a tiny bit thicker than what I did. What's that?
You would have to add
Just a tiny, very little more. I don't like it too thick or too thin. Okay, so now this is the enzyme peel. How long this is on is all about the thickness of the skin. So 9 times out of 10, if somebody's super, super old, they have thin skin. You want to leave the enzyme peel on for 3 minutes. You guys are all very useful. You have medium to thicker skin. That could be 5 to 7 minutes. Miss Williams has beautifully perfect firm skin. Hers is medium. We can leave it on for 5 minutes, okay? So this is the point that I'm gonna go rinse the bowl that I just made with the enzyme peel and the first brush that I used. Now this is when you wash your bowl. Now I'm using the soap in the water. And all the sanitation disinfection that you guys ever learned, that's when you're gonna use it right now. What do I do for the bowl before I put it into the quads? Very good. So you dry the bowl, and your brush, and you can put it in here, or I'm gonna put it down here. Make sure it submerges. If it doesn't submerge, it's useless. And then this is the time, turn on the sterilizer. That stays in there for 10 minutes. Oops. If you really like your client, which I really like, Miss Williams, you could do that. You could do a little hand massage. At this point in time, I'm going to sanitize my hands because I was just over there at the sinks. Does steam feel okay?
Yes, perfect.
What do we do if our steamer doesn't work? Who knows? Call a teacher? No. We take our barber wrap, wet it in the water, and we put it on the face and leave it there. This enzyme peel requires moisture. So either your steamer or a wet barber wrap. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes, no, maybe so?
If we using a barber wrap, should we fill up with warmer water before we?
I filled it up with warm water, like my water's okay, and it's clean water because I know I just cleaned it. But good question.
If it's not, for whatever reason, it's dirty or not warm enough, is it okay to take the barber wrap and just moisten it at the sink with hot water?
If you want to do that, that's fine by me. I do not care. But remember, don't drip.
That's right.
Okay, so for the sake of demo purpose, we let this go for 5 minutes. And then how do we break down the mask? We get our fingertips wet. You want to start breaking it down with your fingertips. It's going to go much smoother than just putting on the mask. Okay, and then I'm going to take my barber wrap. I'm going to put it, submerge it into my water. My water's still warm. Just wring it out. I like you guys to make a triangle. If you don't, it's not the end of the world, but I like a triangle. Okay, we're gonna come in underneath the neck, come around the mouth, And we're gonna put that barber wrap on, and we're gonna get ready to remove the enzyme peel. So just take the corners now of your barber wrap and start to remove the enzyme peel. It should remove easily now because you guys already broke it down. See how nice it removes when you, I know I had a little drippy, sorry about that.
Sorry, my neck is too short.
Oh, your neck is perfect, stop. All right, so then you're just gonna take your barber wrap and I want you to look really good, like where we find stuff left over is like a little bit in the nose, around the sides of the nose, sometimes around the hairline. And I want you to just put it on the side of your bowl. I don't want you to put it on your working space. That's not sanitary. You're gonna take your sponges and you're gonna do one more pass. One or two. And it's okay to feel to make sure you got everything off. All right. You don't want to give the person a rough ride when you're going to do the massage. So make sure you got all the product off. Does it feel like I got everything off? Okay. All right, this is the second time, put a star, that I want you to change your water. We just did the enzyme. This will be the second and the last time you change your water before the end. Okay, you're gonna turn your steamer off. I'm gonna put my barber wrap in the soiled towels, and I'm going to rinse out my sponges and change my water again. And I'm going to put super warm water because it's going to be a minute before we get to the desert clay mask. Any questions so far? Okay. You can sanitize your hands again since you just were over there touching the water faucets and everything. The next step is hydrate. We're gonna get ready for massage. Yes. Huh? I'm mostly touching her with these fingers. So my rings haven't been a problem. Have you felt my rings? But if you feel like your rings are a problem, take them off if you want to. Okay. All right. Is it now? Do I do, my lovely assistant, do I do the essential oil now?
Yeah.
Okay. So before we're going to start the hydrate, we're going to take our essential oil, this bottle this time, not the one that says relax. You're going to put it in your hands, mix it together before the massage so they get the woo-woos. And you're going to put it in the décolleté area. Do you mind? gonna put it in the décolleté area and under the neck. Décolleté area and under the neck. So now they get to waft all the good smells while they go into the massage, relaxation. Now I'm gonna take my hydrate. 2 pumps is all you need. I'm gonna get that on the skin. This product goes a long way. We're gonna add water to this. And after you do that, you're gonna get the cream of the line. So that might be Rescue Me, special delivery. The one for dry. You get a spatula. You don't need to overdo it. And get that cream on the skin so it's gonna marry with the hydrate to give a nice massage. Okay, so now it can be like dry up on the person if they have dry skin. So you can add your water at any time during the massage. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some tips for massage that I learned in beauty school. I still remember we had an amazing aesthetics program. And so it's kind of dramatic starting. So we started with one hand on the head and one hand on the chest, or you can go under the neck. But it's just for like that effect. You don't have to do this. It's just me being a drama queen. And it's kind of like, dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna begin. So I'm gonna come down here. If you were gonna do the décolleté area, you would start here, which we did in beauty school. But you guys don't have to do this because I understand a lot of people are not comfortable. Okay? Then you're gonna come up to the neck and just have your number count. You know, we've been talking about my counts as we went along. So my count is gonna be 1, 2, 3, come to the other side, turn the head. 1, 2, 3, and then I hold. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hold. Because everybody's like, what should I do for 10 minutes? What's my thing? I like to work from underneath the neck all the way up to the forehead. So that's how we're gonna do it. It's just an idea to help you guys out. So again, do your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 under the neck. And you guys can always come do your holds and your vibrations at like, this is the mandible area. This is a pressure point. Okay, so now I'm gonna split the chin. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. When I was doing this, that's effleurage. This is a petrissage move. And hold. Okay, circle the chin. 1, 2, 3, and hold. Down, 2, 3, and hold. 1. These are optional, you guys. I just like to give you ideas because I remember thinking, what am I gonna do for the massage? So I like working from underneath the chin up and hold. Okay, we're gonna come to the lip area and do little crisscrosses around the lip. Did you learn it like this in beauty school too? Similar, right? We all had the same, huh? And then you can hold at the buccinator. That is a pressure point. Around the lip area. Hold at the buccinator. Around the lip area. And hold at the buccinator. If you want to know Miss Salito's favorite, I like the cheekies. Start with small circles. 1, 2, make them bigger. Hold at the temple now. Come down, small circles, big circles, big circles. Hold at the temple. Small circles, small circles, small circles, big circles. Hold at the temple. These are just ideas. And notice how I've been adding water so I have good slide on the skin. Okay, come into the nose area. Come up the nose. This is called the infraorbital area here at the eyebrow. And one really nice one is to pinch, pinch, pinch the eyebrows and hold. Come under the eyes like a sweep. Come to the corner of the nose, up to the infraorbital. Pinch, 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 and hold. Come under the eye. Does that feel good? Hold, infraorbital, pinch, 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 and hold. I know, right? Take your fingers, come under the eye. You can go very gently over the eyelid. Hold. Come under very gently over the eyelid and hold. Okay, now I like to do what's called up and downs on the forehead. Up and downs, up and downs, up and downs, hold. Up and downs, up and downs, up and downs, hold. I feel like I need a little water. Up and downs, up and downs, up and downs, hold. Up and downs, up and downs, up and downs, hold. This is the headache move. One hand, the other hand, move them apart and hold. One hand, bring them apart and hold. One hand, I used to love this one. And hold. Once you feel like you've worked your way up, what I like to do is just sort of come back down, and I like to run over everything one more time. One more time. One more time. The vibration spots. Some of you guys do really good stuff like with your knuckles and stuff. That's okay. People love it. That's up to you.
Do people like tapping?
If you can, I wouldn't make that your primary thing, but you can. Do you like tapping?
At the end.
At the end. And then I'm just going to kind of go through my last moves. Little bit of headache. And then remember, does anybody remember when I was doing the scalp treatment the other day, what I said my drama move was from beauty school? And say that loud. And so then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to come down the shoulders and feather off. Okay, now you broke your contact, so you know you're done. Okay, so now I'm going to get ready to do my desert clay mask. iPads, if you feel like you need to re-wet them or not. Okay, I'm gonna get my other bowl that I already brought over. If you guys feel like you need to scoop the stuff out, I'm like a pourer, so. I don't wanna make it too much, too little. This is when you're gonna put there'll be another mask in here, and this is, you can add this to your desert clay mask. So in this case, it's Lift Up. That's the firming mask that goes along with the anti-aging. So you take out your Lift, and you could put it in there now or put it on the side, and we're gonna mix it together. All right, so I'm gonna get my brush. I'm going to use my brush to add my water, and then I'm going to start mixing. And this one usually is a little thicker. Okay, I didn't put quite enough. This one's usually a little thicker than the enzyme, but still not too thick because it's super hard to get off. This one, the other one can be like a creamy Caesar dressing. This can be like a creamy Italian dressing. That's about the viscosity that you want. And then you're just gonna go ahead and start applying.
Do you always start off with the chin when you're applying this stuff?
I kind of do. I don't think anywhere's right or wrong. I'm not gonna judge that part. But for me, it's like my rule of thumb, but you guys can decide. If you feel like you wanna start at the forehead, cheek, I don't care. Does that make sense? I don't think that matters. Do you think it matters, Miss Williams? But it kind of seems nice to start at the chin.
We just were always taught to work our way up.
That's how we were taught. We
Keep 'em
were
young.
taught to work our way up because you want to lift up sagging skin kind of a thing. We're having a little malfunction.
Just don't take my hair off, please.
I'm not. Just,
I will just die. Call 911.
no, just listen. If that happened, just lay down. Just hit the deck, pull
I
the covers
will.
over your head, and I'll drop, and then we'll send everybody out, okay? All right, so we just want to go ahead and finish.
And for the clay mask, we can add the lion's cream to it, right?
It's I added it. It happens to be the mask of the line. So this one is like, in this case, it's called firming mask. But so you'll have a cream of the line and then you'll have a mask of the line that will be in all the kits. So, correct. And I did. And you should. Give them everything you got. You know what I mean? All right, so now this is their peaceful time. We want to wait for the desert clay mask to dry. This, when we start doing our electrical facials, immediately after we put this on is when we're gonna do the high frequency over the top of it. So it like really penetrates all the goods. Now, remember, we cleaned our water after the last mask. The water's clean. I'm gonna go clean my next bowl while the mask is working. Already in advance, right? Yes. Thank you very, very much. Now, when we do these desert clay masks, I see a lot of this stuff left on the bowl. I don't care for that. Soap and water. Get that brush clean. Dry it up before you put it into the sanitizing disinfectant solution. Make sure you guys submerge this, because that's the thing, that's the deal. Come over here, your brush goes into the sanitizer, and come on over, go right here. So now, you guys can just come over here and you're gonna sit and wait a few minutes. You wanna let the mask harden and dry. You can sanitize your hands again. If you wanna start putting some stuff away, you can put the 1 and 2. Don't let it slip out of your hands. Put these products away. Thank you.
I don't know where the lid is at.
It's right here. I am like the worst lid person in America.
Oh my God, tell me.
Yes.
Say your client likes the skincare
they're coming in and getting the facial, right? They like the brand that we're
Yes.
using. Would we refer them to the website?
So you could, we used to sell it at the bookstore because they didn't, there's a thing about us selling products here. I don't know why, we're working on it.
Okay.
But we used to be, we don't, I'm not even sure if we have it there anymore because no, who wants to go walk up to building 10 after you just had your socks blown off with the facial? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to refer them to building 10, but I would give them the,
The website.
yeah, because they do love the products. It's very, very nice, you know.
You need to just for professionals.
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Yeah, I think you need to put in your license and everything.
You know what's really nice about Too Well though, is that they have, and you guys will find it. Where's oh, there it is. Okay, Too Well will they have a list of models that, because they do trainings there. So like the client could get on their model list to come in and be a model when they're training people. So like, for example, when I went to, did you go to their training, the 2L? So when I went to their training, there was models that came in to get us to do the facials. So it's really cool. And, but talk about Miss Williams' hair, like she doesn't want me to take her hair off or whatever. So I have my model and she happens to have a weave in her hair and you know, you get nervous, like we still get nervous when we do stuff on people. And what do? I get all kinds of water in her weave. And I'm like, oh my God. Don't tell her. I'm not going to tell her. Leave it to me. Typical. Huh?
Did it unstick?
I don't think it was ever known, but I was like sweating it out. So this is their like peaceful time. If you were, you know, you could massage hands or like feet like I did or nothing, it's fine. And you're waiting for the mask to harden. You guys can see it's hardening here a little bit, getting dry. For demo purposes and not boring you guys to tears, I'm gonna go ahead and start to take it down. What do I do first? I want to break it down with my fingers. Start the breakdown. This is going to make your life easier. And then I'm gonna take my barber wrap, submerge. My water's still warm. Make my triangle. You don't have to make a triangle. I'm not gonna grade you on that. But what I like about it is that you can come right underneath the chin and you take the corners to the top because we're gonna use the corners to wipe it down. Does that make sense? So let's get this on first and just start wetting the area just to get that mask off.
Is that a new barber wrap? Sorry.
Yes, because I had you guys bring over two.
Oh, right.
So we used the first one and now we had a second one. And that's why like the amounts, if you get them right away, you don't have to get up and get it again. Can somebody bring me, I think I'm gonna need one more spatula. Bring me a little spatula. And then you're gonna start removing the desert clay mask with your barber wrap, the corners. Just make sure you don't want to leave anything on the chin area. Get under the nose. Dig in. No, I'm just kidding. We're friends now. I took the iPads off. Okay, Remember to put your barber wrap, I'm gonna clean this because I spilled. At the end of your table. I don't like you to leave it on your table. Get your sponges for the last part of this and wipe down. We don't want to send them out with anything left. Take a peek and see if you left anything under the chin, under the nose, around the eyes. All right. Could feel the skin, make sure it's okay. All right, so the finishing, and again, it's gonna be all up on my PowerPoint. The first thing we're gonna do for the finish is the C-Power. Put a little bit of C-Power, goes a long way. And at this point, when we're finishing, everybody, it's a pat. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my C-Power and pat it. Because here's the thing, when you start rubbing stuff, you're removing it instead of putting it on them. So the C-Power is just a pat. Oh, I put the hydrate away. Can you grab my hydrate for me? The hydrate stays out, my bad. My badness. Okay, after the C-Power, we're gonna go with the hydrate. You literally just need one pump of this. And pat. And I just say that because when we rub stuff, if we're taking it off instead of putting it on. We're gonna go ahead and put the eye cream. And again, I mostly like the eye cream that you go under the eye. Oh, I should have put on this one. Just under the eye. And where the side is, like when you smile, the smile lines that get, they call them crow's feet, I don't know why. And if you want to go over the eye, the problem I had was that the students were putting it like right over my, like where my eye opens, and then it was blurry. And if you want to go around the mouth, that's fine. And because it's daytime, we're definitely gonna do the sunscreen finish. And again, you don't need too much. If somebody had a blemish, you could use the Clear It before that, before the sunscreen. And the last piece is the sunscreen. And again, pat that on.
I have a question about the eye cream.
Yes.
Like in our kit, we have 3 different eye creams.
Yeah.
When we get the kit from Miss Montana, is that just gonna have one that comes with the
Yes.
line?
Yes. Right? I mean, do we really need to choose from 3 right then?
Yeah.
It's gonna kind of go with what they recommend that goes along best with that line. Great, great question. Okay, so she's finished. So I can remove the headband. Everything's good.
Is my hair still there?
Your hair's still there.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna let you mess around with like whatever I might got on your hairline.
Yeah, that's
Just a little
fine.
bit, okay? Now, we are so fortunate with our clients. I'm gonna sit her up because it's a hefty duty heave-ho to get up from here after you've been relaxing. She's trying to run away.